Check, 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 check. Good evening, everyone. We're here at Shenendoah High School for tonight's matchup between the Centerville Bulldogs and the Shenendoah Raiders. We're going to take a quick time out here for the school song and the national anthem played by the Raiders marching band. Can you get a better angle on that?
Please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
Back here at Shenendoah as the Bulldogs are set to take on the Raiders. Bulldogs coming in here at 2-0 on the year while the Raiders are 1-1. Shenendoah has a win against Indianapolis Cicina, which is a very tough opponent, and fell last week to Heritage Christian, another great opponent. The Raiders rush for about 225 yards per game and throw for another 110. The defense has forced 5 turnovers so far this year. Players to watch for the Raiders include Tanner Goff. He's 16 for 32 passing with 199 yards, 277 rush yards, and 3 rush TDs. Another one to watch for the Raiders is Blake Surface. He has 79 rushing yards on the year with 2 touchdowns. Another one to watch for the Raiders is Justin Hummel, as he averages about 15 tackles a game. As for Centerville, coming off big wins against Lincoln and Hagerstown, the Bulldogs have only allowed 6 points all year, as this defense looks rejuvenated from years past. The Bulldogs average about 276 rushing yards per game, 76 passing yards to add to that total, and 15 total touchdowns on offense. Players to watch for the Bulldogs include Ryan Dickinson. He's 8 for 16 with 153 pass yards, 3 pass TDs, and 140 rush yards with 3 TDs. Jamari Pamplin, coming off a huge game last week, 5 touchdowns, as he has 6 on the year with 249 yards rushing. Another one to watch for is Keegan Slaughterback. A little quiet last week. I look for him to get involved more in the offense this week. You know, he had a big week 1, 7 receptions for 139 yards and 3 TDs. And the big one to watch for is the Bulldogs defense. You can take every single one of them boys on defense and put them on this list, as they are tough and ready to go this year. Tom, what are your thoughts on today's game?
I think we're in for a really good game, Josh. I think we've got 2 really good teams, and I look for a close battle tonight.
You know, this Bulldogs team really looking for that quote-unquote statement win this year. Do you think this is the game for them to come out here and win?
I think it is. I think they definitely have the pieces. It'll be interesting to see how the defense responds to the Shenendoah offense. Obviously, the first 2 weeks against Lincoln and Hagerstown, playing very fast, got off to very quick starts, and I think that's the key to tonight's game as well.
You know, Shenendoah's offense, very similar in a sense to Centerville's. Maybe Shenandoah's going to pass the ball a little bit more. So, from a defensive standpoint, the Bulldogs should be prepared for this. How do you think they're going to shape up, with maybe a better passing team in a sense in Shenendoah?
Well, I think the secondary will step up. I think they definitely have to be ready for the pass, more so than the first 2 weeks. And I think the secondary will be ready, play quick, and I think they will be tested tonight.
Shenandoah has always been a tough opponent for this Bulldogs team. And, Centerville really hasn't had quite the edge in years past. The Shenandoah has really, had the favorite each and every year. I think the Bulldogs are looking to maybe turn the tide this year, and I think they have the team to do it.
I think they do too, and it again, I think it comes down to a quick start. I think it's very important, and I think if you talk to Coach Padgett, he'd say the same thing. I think a quick start to this game is very key for the Centerville offense, and I think that feeds the defense.
Shenandoah's coach Jordan McCaslin, from Centerville, so obviously he has the IQ of a lot of these boys. He knows what Centerville football is about. How do you think he preps this Raiders team for them?
Well, I don't know if he, I don't know if he really, being from Centerville, is necessarily something that alters his game plan or anything. I think he's probably watched a lot of film from the first 2 games and sees how fast the Bulldog defense is playing and the quick starts. And I think he comes out tonight and tries to limit Centerville and that hot start that they've had the first 2 weeks.
Bulldogs will receive here as number 80, Landon Reddick, will kick for the Raiders. He's a freshman, so some room for growth here for the Raiders in special teams. Slaughterback and Javante Pamplin are back to receive for the Bulldogs. Short kick here. It's going to take a bounce, and Pamplin picks it up. Tries to get to the outside, but is met by a pack of Raiders immediately.
was a nice job by the Raiders on kick coverage there. Short kick, but really Centerville didn't advance the ball much at all there.
Ball's going to be on the Bulldogs' 28-yard line, 1st and 10 here. Bulldogs coming out of the pistol set. You know, I expect a big game here from Ryan and Jamari after last week's performance. Run to the outside here. As Frazier picks up a couple. Second and 8 here for the Bulldogs. Low snap there, bobbled by Dickinson, and Bulldogs are wrapped up immediately there. Is Frazier. Crow, however. 3rd and 7 on their own 31-yard line. Dickinson rolls out the pass. Javante was open, but he's going to be wrapped up for a sack. Not the start the Bulldogs offense wanted to get off to here.
Yeah, I think that's another interesting piece of this game. I think that Centerville's playing a much different defense. I think they're playing a faster defense tonight. And it's going to be really interesting to see how the offense adjusts.
Luke Smith here to punt for the Bulldogs. And, mentioning that this is a tougher defense, bigger opponent. And these boys are breathe and eat football over here. As a great punt here from Smith is going to be downed by Frazier. Raiders will take over on their own 33-yard line.
And speaking of Luke Smith, this was a big part of Centerville's game last week. The kicking game, special teams is very good, and I know Smith had a great game last week and starting off really well here too. Nice punt there to start the game.
That's something the Bulldogs are really going to have to get on early. Is this special teams return from the Raiders? Always tough to handle, and I think the Bulldogs are going to try to kick away from them tonight. The handoff here to Surface. So he gets to the outside and he has some room before he's knocked out of bounds
by Frazier.
Yeah, this is something the Bulldogs are going to have to be ready for. Similar type offense, they're going to run the football. And they have some big boys to do that.
They have a pretty good sized line, good blocking, and they've got speed. And that's something that the Centerville defense is going to have to adjust to.
Goff here in shotgun for the Raiders. 3 receiver set. Little option here is there's a fumble. As the Raiders fall on it. Could have been a big break there for the Bulldogs.
3 Bulldogs around that fumble, but Shenendoah able to recover.
A little miscommunication there by Goff. And his running back wasn't quite expecting the option pitch. Raiders back in shotgun here as they hand off the middle. As Hummel is stopped immediately. Going to bring up a 3rd and 9 here for the Raiders. Expect the Raiders maybe to come out here and pass and test this Bulldogs secondary here early in the first.
I think a couple of the coaches on the Centerville sidelines were yelling, "Watch the screen" as well. Could see a screen pass here.
Run up the middle here is Goff, and he's upended. The Bulldogs are going to get the stop there on 3rd and 9, bringing up a 4th and 4 here for the Raiders.
It's a nice tackle there by Jake Crow from the Bulldogs.
He's a young asset on this Bulldogs team that's just getting better each and every week, it seems.
Looks like Shenendoah is going to go for it here on 4th and about 5 or maybe 6.
And they will as he drops back to pass. He has a man. As he squeezes it in there, as the catch is made by Cole Hughes. Pass dropped right in there between Pamplin and Hughes. As the Raiders are now on the Bulldogs' 14-yard line. As Farmer will be wrapped up. They're after a short gain. Really hard angle they have us here tonight.
Yeah, it was Javante Pamplin on the tackle there.
Shotgun set here again. As Goff drops back to pass, he has a man across the middle. It's going to be intercepted by the Bulldogs.
Number 25, Jake Crow on the interception for Centerville.
Big play there by Crow. Only a sophomore and kind of hit on it a little bit earlier. He's been a big part of this Bulldogs defense.
I don't think Goff saw him there right in the middle of the field. He had a receiver cutting across the middle and didn't see Crow right there and threw it right to him.
Good play by Crow as he kind of hit himself.
It's a big stop by the Centerville defense, giving up the 4th down play there and coming back and getting a stop in the red zone.
As the Bulldogs now will take over on their own 19-yard line. Yeah, the Bulldogs feed off momentum, so we'll see if they can get something going here on offense because that last set, they didn't get much going for them. Handoff here to Pamplin. About a 5-yard gain there by Pamplin. Run up the middle here by Pamplin again, as he may have gotten a yard. Bringing up a third and 4 for the Bulldogs. As Dickinson drops back to pass, rolls to his outside and finds Slaughterback across the middle, and he has some room to work. So he's going to gain about another 8 yards after the catch.
That was an important 3rd down play there for the Bulldogs. They didn't want to have another 3 and out and a punt. So big pass and catch there for the Bulldogs to pick up the 1st down.
As the Bulldogs are now on their own 42-yard line. 1st and 10. As Dickinson hands this one off up the middle to Jamari Pamplin. Going to pick up about 3 yards there for the Bulldogs, bringing up a 2nd and 7 here. Ball on the ground, fumbled, and it looked like the Bulldogs were able to, nope. Scored it out. Fumble there by the Bulldogs. Recovered by Bo Surface.
Looked like Centerville had the ball and just scored it out right at the last second there, and Shenendoah able to jump on it and will take over at midfield.
Both teams now trading turnovers. As Goff back out in shotgun as the Raiders offense looks to drive down the field again. Handoff here and a great tackle there by Javante Pamplin. got off his block and made the tackle immediately after a gain of about 2. Second and 8 here for the Raiders. See if the Raiders try to get back to the passing game. Handoff there is to Surface. This will make it about a 3rd and 4 for the Raiders. The Bulldogs have always had problems stopping that sweep play. Looks as if the defense kind of has it sniffed out here early. Third and 5, ball on the Bulldogs 45 as Goff will keep it and look to go up the middle. Found a little hole and he's going to be close to a first down.
Looks like he's a little short. Looks like it's about 4th and a long 1, maybe 2.
You know, 4th down play here. Obviously, it looks like the Raiders are going to go for it. Had success on the first drive with a 4th down conversion. See if they can convert another one. Sweep here to Surface as he gets to the outside. Has some room, but again, Javonte Pamplin making another great tackle as the Bulldogs get the stop.
Another huge stop from this Bulldogs defense.
You know, that's where the Bulldogs have really, excelled this year is defense. And from last year, last year's team may not have made that play. This year's team more mature, more experienced, and they're making the plays when it matters.
It's really interesting to watch. We've got, speed versus speed. Centerville's defense, very quick. Shenendoah's offense, a lot of speed, and making for some exciting plays early.
4 minutes to go here in quarter 1 as we're all tied up at 0. As the Bulldogs here approaching midfield. Shotgun here for the Bulldogs. Looks like the Bulldogs offense kind of slowing things down here. Pitch to the outside. As Pamplin will pick up a couple. Bringing up a 3rd and 4 here for the Bulldogs. Ball right on midfield. And he looks like we got some movement up front there. Might have gotten the Raiders offsides. And they did. The Bulldogs on offense, they're hard count. We've seen it so many times this year. Hagerstown happened 4 or 5 times. Lincoln, happened another 4 or 5 times. It's been effective this year. As the Bulldogs pick up a first down here as they cross midfield. Handoff there to Pamplin as it looked like Dickinson wanted to keep that one. Second and 8 here for the Bulldogs. A little inside pitch here to Frazier. Yeah, this Raiders defense has not given the Bulldogs any room to make a big play other than their, 3rd down passing play that picked up maybe 15, 16 yards. Third and 5 here for the Bulldogs. Dickinson drops back to pass again. Hits Jamari out in the flat, and he's going to pick up the first down and get the Bulldogs to around the 25-yard line. Looks like there's a flag on the play. As the Bulldogs slowly march back. There's Coach Paget there. May not be liking the call here. That's going to go against the Bulldogs as the refs talk it over here. It's going to be a hold there.
It looked like a block in the back. Coach Paget definitely not agreeing with that call.
This is going to back the Bulldogs up here after they picked up the first down. Flag's going to wipe it off. Bring up a 3rd and long here for the Bulldogs. I'm blocking the back is the call. So 3rd and 5 went to a 3rd and 11 here for the Bulldogs.
Coach Paget still vocal on the sidelines about that call.
As Dickinson again looks to pass and almost broke a tackle, but he's going to be wrapped up there as number 54, Bertram, put some pressure on him.
Dickinson, if he had another second or two, he had Schlotterbeck open down the field, but the Raiders got into the backfield and got to him before he could make the pass.
4th and 15 now, and the Bulldogs will be on to punt to look to pin the Raiders back deep. Smith here.
That's a short kick.
Short punt. And may have not gotten all of that one. It's going to go out of bounds. At about the 44-yard line. Not the punt there the Bulldogs are wanting.
No, and I think part of that could have been that, the Raiders got some pressure back there on that punt and could have been rushed a little bit, could have come off the side of the foot, but definitely not the punt that Smith wanted there for the Bulldogs.
Raiders come out of the huddle here. 1:14 left here in quarter number 1 as we're all tied 0-0. Goff here in the T formation. Hands it up off the middle. It's going to be Hummel picking up a couple. This Raiders team, you look over here on the sideline, not a whole lot of depth tonight. It'd be interesting to see how the course of this game plays out for them. .45 seconds left to go here in quarter 1. 2nd and 6 here for the Raiders as they will have to take another snap here in the first quarter. As Goff hands it off to Hummel again, and he has a hole. And a missed tackle there. Javante Pamplin finally gets to him.
There is a penalty flag.
And it's going to be a hold there on the Raiders, which that's a big break there for the Bulldogs as Hummel was able to break a big run. As we look across the way here, though, looks like the Bulldogs did travel well here tonight. They always do. As these boys will have a big fan base here tonight.
We want to take a minute to thank our game sponsor, Kelly's Boutiques. A new high school football season is in the air. That means fall is here. Grab a pumpkin spice latte and head to Kelly's Boutiques in historic downtown Richmond. 724 East Main Street, Richmond.
26 seconds to play. Raiders backed up here on their own 38-yard line for a 2nd and 15 as they look to go up the middle here to Surface, and he's met immediately for no gain. And it looks like that might take us to the end of quarter 1.
Noah West over there on the stop.
As that will take us to the end of quarter number 1. As we're all tied up here at Shenandoah as the Raiders 0, Bulldogs 0. A big 3rd down to come here for the Raiders. We're going to take a quick timeout to hear an ad from our sponsors. This is My Team Live with Centerville Bulldogs football.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Dapper Designs. Be on the lookout for the newly designed website at dudesanddanes.com. From there, you can also link to the Dapper Designs Facebook group to check out the one-stop shop for all your screen print transfer needs. Again, that's dudesanddanes.com. We want to also thank our game sponsor, Spirit Wear. Check out the new mascot line of school spirit apparel in the Custom Zone at the new store in downtown Centerville. You pick the shirt and the design, and we will have it ready for you in minutes. Show your team pride on your choice of standard tees, long sleeve tees, raglans, tanks, or hoodies. We also carry Route 40 health and wellness products along with candles and melts. Stop in today, 113 East Main Street, Centerville, or visit us online at spirit-wearinc.com. Spirit Wear, custom apparel and uniforms. Ain't no team like our team.
Back here at Shenendoah. 3rd and 14 here for the Raiders on their own 39-yard line. You know, both these teams playing great defense here to start.
Yeah, a little bit surprised here. We thought that we might see some more scoring. I wouldn't have guessed a 0-0 game after the first quarter, but like you said, great defense so far from both teams.
As Goff looks back to pass and high throw and going to be caught there by Hughes. And, you know, it looked like there if Pamplin just turned around, he could have had an interception.
Yeah, I think he just needed to turn around there. He had his back to the ball, and he turns around. He had the position. I think he could have made that interception.
As now the Raiders are in the red zone, and you know that play right there kind of hurts the Bulldogs after some big plays there to force a 3rd and long.
That's 2 big plays on 3rd and 4th down now for the Shenandoah offense.
Bobbled snap there by Goff as he's looking in the corner of the end zone. And Pamplin there almost came up with the interception as it goes in and out of his hands. Looks like the Raiders looking to attack Pamplin after they converted on that last play there. And that's one I wouldn't want to go after as we know he can make the plays for the Bulldogs. Second and 10 now for the Raiders. Back in shotgun now is Goff. As he keeps it and goes up the middle and found a little hole and pushing along. Going to get down inside the 5-yard line. Big run there from Goff, and big body like his and long legs like that, you can push for a while. So we have a 1st and goal on the 4-yard line here for the Raiders. As Goff keeps it again. The time he's stopped there for maybe a short gain. As it'll bring up a 2nd and 3 now from the 3-yard line. Looks like Shenandoah here signaling their play in. See if the Bulldogs defense can make a defensive stand here. Gonna have to come up big. Hand off there to Surface as he looks to go to the outside, and there was nowhere to go.
Host of Bulldogs there on that tackle.
A loss of yards there for the Raiders, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 on the 4-yard line.
I think they moved it just inside the 5. I think he lost a yard there.
Bulldogs, you have to be watching the inside jet sweep here. Low snap as Goff has nowhere to go, and he's sacked there by Colin Clark. Multiple Bulldogs got back there. That's a big stop there, as it's going to bring up a fourth and goal on the 12-yard line. And the Raiders are going to call a timeout here, I believe, as they want to talk this one over.
I think Ballinger was in on that sack as well.
Yeah, that's a big play there for the Bulldogs. Goff looked to be rolling out and got some pressure and got the sack and came at a better time.
Yeah, the pressure came right up the middle, and Centerville got in the backfield really quickly there, and Goff had no time to make any play there.
You know, if you're the Raiders here, what are you trying to do on this 4th and 12? Probably expecting a pass, you know, since you got to pick up 12 yards or nothing. What kind of play are you trying to run?
Yeah, I think I would expect pass for sure. I'm not sure their kicking game. I don't think they're going to try a field goal. I think they're going to go for it. I think they're going to run a pass play here, and the Bulldogs secondary needs to be ready.
You know, anybody's kicking game here today might be a little rough, a little breezy. Wind's going to play a factor. You know, we might even see, when we get on the scoreboard, instead of kicking, we may get to see the 2-point conversion try from both teams.
Yeah, we've got a crosswind tonight, and hopefully our viewers aren't hearing too much of the wind through our microphones. It's pretty windy out here tonight.
As the Raiders come out with 4 receivers. 3 receivers here on the near side. Goff takes a snap as he rolls here to his left and looks across the middle, and it's going to be incomplete, as he had number 81, Andrew Bennett, open right around the goal line, as the Bulldogs defense gets themselves another stop. You know, Padgett has to be happy with his defense there, as the Raiders have the ball all the way down to the 3-yard line. Big play after big play there by the defense, and as we mentioned before the game, they're a huge part of this team's success.
Yeah, we'll see what the offense does from here. See if that big defensive stop, kind of catapults the offense into gear here.
9:20 to go here in the second quarter. 0-0 ball game. As Jamari Pamplin will pick up about 4 or 5 yards there for the Bulldogs. Bringing up a 2nd and 5 here for the Bulldogs. Low snap there as Dickinson keeps it himself and looks to dove forward for about 2. As it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 here for the Bulldogs on their own 21-yard line. This Bulldogs offense has just not found any rhythm yet so far. Pitch here to Pamplin, and he's going to pick up a 1st down. And he's going to get wrapped up there by Hughes, as Hughes was the last man before Pamplin would have broke probably a touchdown run there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think that was a very important 1st down there for the Bulldogs, trying to run some clock and wear down the Shenendoah defense with the running game.
Inside run here to Austin Snyder, as he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 now on a 33-yard line for the Bulldogs. As Dickinson drops back to pass. Nowhere to go, and going to be sacked there by a couple Raiders. You know, these defenses, both for the Bulldogs and the Raiders, you know, coming up with big play after big play. You know, when it seems that, you know, one offense tries to get something going, defense steps up. So we got a 3rd and long here for the Bulldogs, and I highly expect a pass. As Dickinson rolls out. Juke, spin moves again. Couple spin moves, he's going to be taken down from behind there.
Yeah, the Raiders are doing a nice job in the secondary, covering the receivers. And that time, Dickinson had time, just had nobody open, and was brought down about the 25.
Smith here to punt as Surface will be about at his own 35-yard line. Low snap here as Smith is able to get it away, and it's going to be a good punt. Fielded around the 40-yard line by Surface. So he looks to break a couple tackles and will be wrapped up at the Bulldogs' 45-yard line. 6:30 to
by
go.
West over there. Sorry, Josh.
6:30 to go here in quarter two. Bulldogs defense going to have to come up big here, and one negative is they don't seem to be getting off the field a whole lot. The Raiders are back out in shotgun. They're going to run a lot of shotgun here tonight. As Goff will keep this one himself. Look to break a couple tackles, but wrapped up there behind by Memphis Lee.
It's a nice stop by Memphis Lee there.
You know, with talking to Coach Padgett, he's very high on Memphis, and he's seen him really take a huge growth spurt and, you know, mental spurt in the last couple of years. Second and 8 here for the Raiders. Three receivers set here for the Raiders. Bobbled snap there, going to be kept by Goff, as he's going to pick up the first down for the Raiders. Raiders have really just been attacking up the middle, and every couple plays they've been able to break a big run.
Yeah, and it just seems like Goff up the middle has been pretty successful for them most of this first half.
Ball here on the 34-yard line of the Bulldogs, as maybe one of the rare times we're going to see Shenendoah go under center. Another run up the middle there for about 4 yards, and again the Bulldogs have not been able to sniff anything out up the middle.
They had him stopped at the line of scrimmage, and he just pushed his way forward 4 more yards. So, you know, that's happened a couple times tonight where the Bulldogs hit a running back from the Raiders and aren't able to bring him down immediately.
Shenendoah comes out of shotgun here. Handoff here to number 12, Hummel, as he's wrapped up by Colin Clark.
It was a nice open field tackle by Colin Clark there.
3rd and 7 here for the Raiders, and you know, this is where they've went with the passing game and really attacked the Bulldogs. As there's 4 receivers set here for the Raiders, and Goff drops back to pass and has a man, and out of the reach there of Andrew Bennett. Good thing there for the Bulldogs, as he would have had the first down. Brings up a 4th and 7 for the Raiders, and Raiders have went for it every single time here on 4th down. I expect them to probably do that every time they're inside the 50-yard line. Another 4 receiver set here for the Raiders as Goff rolls out. Good pressure here by Crow, but he's not going to get to him, but he has surfaced down the field for a touchdown. Another big 4th down play there by the Raiders, and that one goes for the first score on the night. Goff to surface. Raiders have, you know, really attacked the passing game, and Bulldogs looked good in the first 2 games, and here tonight, maybe some miscommunication on reads, and Raiders are finding their open targets. As Reddick will kick here, and it is up and good. So with 4:03 here in the first half, the Shenendoah Raiders lead 7-0 over the Centerville Bulldogs. We're going to take a quick timeout here.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Suds Fundraising. Suds offers creative fundraising solutions for non- and not-for-profit groups as well as youth sports programs. Their laundry detergents and household cleaners provide a superior clean comparable to store-brand products at a much lower cost. With portions of every sale going back to your organization or program, you'll find fundraising to be simple, fun, and profitable. How much can your team raise? Use our calculator at sudsfundraising.com. That's SUDZ fundraising.com.
Back here at Shenendoah as the Bulldogs will receive here with 4:03 left to go in the half. You know, this is a big drive here for the Bulldogs right before half. Haven't really gotten anything going on offense. Need to put a drive together here to try to score before half. See if the Bulldogs special teams here may spark something for the offense by giving them some good field position, because the Bulldogs really, outside of maybe 2 or 3 times, have not had favorable field position. Reddick kicks off, and a short kick here going to be fielded by Javante Pamplin as he makes a man miss and gets to about the 29-yard line. You know, I think that's something maybe Shenendoah saw on film, is not to kick to the 2 return men for the Bulldogs, as they're both explosive. First and 10 here for the Bulldogs on their own 29-yard line. 3:57 left to go here in the first half. Dickinson hands off to Pamplin. So he gets to the outside there and picked up about 6 yards.
Yeah, I think Shenendoah did exactly what they needed to do to start this game. We talked about the fast start to the Bulldogs, and obviously they have done a great job controlling the Centerville offense to this point.
Dickinson drops back to pass and throwing into double coverage there to Keegan Slaughterback, and just out of the reach of Slaughterback. You know, if Keegan maybe had one more step there, could have pulled that one in. 3rd and 4 here for the Bulldogs on their own 36-yard line. This is a big play here for the Bulldogs, as they need to get something going here before half and hopefully not give Shenendoah the ball. As Dickinson rolls out the pass, and there's Slaughterback, and that's going to be the first down as he cuts back across the middle and gets to about the 50-yard line.
Nice couple moves there to pick up another 5 yards after the catch by Slaughterback.
Ball on the 50-yard line now here for the Bulldogs. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. The Bulldogs run it up the middle there by Jamari Pamplin. Looks as if he picked up about 4 yards. Looks as if the Bulldogs offense is starting to settle in here. Bad snap here, picked up there by Frazier. Going to be tackled around the 49-yard line. And good thing Frazier was back there. That could have been costly for the Bulldogs. A couple times tonight, it looks like the snaps have just been a little wild there for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 11 here. As Dickinson rolls out the pass and Finds Slaughterback again. He's met immediately at the 45-yard line. So we're going to get a timeout here by the Raiders. And, you got a 4th and 5 here for the Bulldogs. What are you looking to do?
I think you're going to go with a pass here. I think this is an important play for the Bulldogs. If they are unable to get the first down, you're giving Shenendoah the ball and with pretty good field position with a couple minutes left in the half to try to score again. So obviously this is a huge play for the Bulldogs here in this first half.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Route 40 Wellness. Hand sanitizer is now a staple essential for everything from a quick trip out to business meetings and football games. Check out our line of all-natural hand sanitizer products at our online store at route40wellness.com. That's route40wellness.com.
I see Coach Tuck up here on top of the press box, obviously calling something in here to Padgett, maybe seeing he sees something down here on the Shenandoah defense that he might want to take advantage of, but Coach Padgett, always about, a book of smarts, so I wouldn't be surprised here if maybe the Bulldogs punt it as well. It doesn't look as if they're going to do so as Dickinson comes onto the field. This is a big play here for the Bulldogs offense.
I didn't figure they'd punt. Shenandoah will get the ball to start the second half, and I think this is important to keep the chains moving and try to get a score before the first half for the Bulldogs.
See what the Bulldogs do here in the pistol set as Dickinson rolls out and cuts back across the field and going to be tackled there as he gets back to the 45-yard line by number 28, Josh Farmer, and he had nowhere to go on that play.
Once again, and we've seen this multiple times tonight, Dickinson with time, but just nothing open downfield and getting brought down either in the backfield or this time back to the line of scrimmage.
Minute 54 here left in the first half. The Raiders lead 7-0 over the Bulldogs, and this Bulldogs defense really needs to hope they can get off the field here without giving up any more damage. Low snap here picked up by Goff, and Clark about got to him in the backfield, but he's going to be pushed out of bounds there by a couple Bulldogs.
Looked like Crow and Westover on the play there.
Crow a little gimpy there. Hopefully he's okay for the Bulldogs. As, we've already seen his presence made tonight with an interception.
Looks like a loss of 3 on that play.
1:47 left here in the second quarter. 2nd and 13 for the Raiders. As Goff looks here to bubble past the surface, and that's a fumble here. Going to be picked up there by the Bulldogs, and that's Colin Clark, and he's going for a touchdown.
It's coming back,
but
Josh.
There's a flag.
There was a block in the back. I think that's what you're going to see called here. Block in the back around the 19-yard line. It happened right in front of the official there, and he wasn't going to miss that one.
See what the call here is. Official call here, I guess you would say, as we can make our speculations. But nonetheless, that's the stop the Bulldogs defense needed.
And, even with the penalty, this will be the deepest they've been in Raider territory tonight. So see if the Bulldogs offense can capitalize on the turnover and get the game tied up going into half.
See what they do here. As they're marching the ball back. As it will be a block in the back, and it'll put the ball on around the 30-yard line. But there's a minute 34 here for the Bulldogs to try to get on the scoreboard just before half. And, man, it would have been nice for the Bulldogs if it wasn't a block in the back, would have got on the board there with the fumble recovery by Colin Clark. Dickinson takes the snap, looks to throw, and almost the same exact play as the Raiders ran there, but luckily that one was a forward pass. And let's go back to that play. You know, without high school, without the reviews, I mean, that's a hard judgment to make there as a referee.
It is, but from our vantage point, it definitely looked like a backwards pass there. So I think it was the right call.
2nd and 10 here. We got a flag here, and probably going to be an illegal motion on the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs offense just looks really out of sync at this point. Really, about the entire first half.
Some penalty here will back the Bulldogs up. Or if Shenendoah looks to like to decline the penalty here. Minute 25 left to go here in the second quarter. The penalty is going to be declined there, as it'll bring up a 3rd down now. So a 3rd and 10 here for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 12 for the Bulldogs. And Coach Padgett's going to take a timeout here to draw something up right before half. As we're going to take a quick timeout here as the Raiders lead the Bulldogs 7-0 here in quarter 2.
We want to thank our game sponsors, including Dapper Designs. Be on the lookout for the newly designed website, dudesanddanes.com. From there, you can also link to the Dapper Designs Facebook group to check out the one-stop shop for all your screen print transfer needs. Thank you very much to Dapper Designs. We also want to thank our sponsor, Spiritwear. Check out the new mascot line of School Spirit apparel in the Custom Zone at our new store in downtown Centerville. You can pick the shirt and the design, and we'll have it ready for you in minutes. Show your team pride on your choice of standard tees, long sleeve tees, raglans, tanks, or hoodies. We also carry Route 40 health and wellness products along with candles and melts. Stop in today at 113 East Main Street in Centerville, or visit us online at spirit-wearinc.com. Spiritwear, custom apparel and uniforms. Ain't no team like our team.
Back here at Shenendoah, as the Raiders read 7-0 over the Bulldogs, and you know, Padgett took a timeout there on this 3rd and 12, and see if he maybe drew something up here to spark some energy in this Bulldogs offense. As Dickinson drops back to pass, looking in the end zone is Javante Pamplin. Incomplete. Going to have to look for that one on review there. Unfortunately, they do not have that in high school football.
That was a great pass, great catch. Obviously, from where we're at, hard to see. Wish I was down there, a little closer to see that one.
You know, it'll be something interesting we can maybe check out after the game on replay with our cameraman maybe zoomed in on that angle. So 4th and 12 here for the Bulldogs as they drew up a great play there on 3rd and 12 to try to get on the board and caught the Raiders by surprise. As Luke Smith will be on to punt, and it's going to be a flag here.
Delay of game.
Delay of game on the Bulldogs. I wonder if that's a design delay of game to maybe give Smith some room.
I definitely think so there.
You know, pretty strong leg. Don't want to give Surface a whole lot of time.
Coach Padgett definitely putting trust in his defense here. Punting inside the...
There's a fair catch there by Surface, and pin the Raiders back deep in their own territory with 1:09 left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think punting there in Raider territory really shows the confidence Coach Padgett has in his defense.
With 2 timeouts here and 1:09 on the clock, I mean, possibly a good call here by Padgett to go ahead and elect a punt. As I expect the Raiders not to kneel and try to get out of their own territory. As they hand off to Hummel, and he's going to be stopped, and doesn't look like Padgett's calling a timeout yet. Looks like he may try to call it after the second down play.
Well, I mean, we've had a few turnovers tonight, so you never know. If you can get a turnover here deep in Shenandoah territory, it'd be big.
As Goff's going to let the play clock and game clock wind down before he takes the snap and hands it off to Surface, and he's going to be wrapped up. And now Padgett takes a timeout, as I figured he did, and clock may have let a few more seconds tick off the clock. It's going to bring up a third and 3 here for the Raiders, as the Bulldogs have one more timeout in their back pocket. If you're the Raiders here, with the 3rd and 3, 23 seconds left in the half, what do you try to run? Obviously, you want to, you got to take a safe play, and then again, you don't want to be punting out of your own end zone with the Bulldogs having a timeout.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've been pretty successful with Goff up the middle, and it would not surprise me to see the same thing here.
23 seconds left. Raiders take the field here on a 3rd and 3. I wouldn't keep out of mind as Surface will be under center here for the Raiders, or Goff, however. Fakes the snap, and he looks to run up the middle, and he's hit immediately by Colin Clark and bounced around, and it's going to be close. As Padgett takes a timeout, it's going to bring up a 4th down.
They gave him the first down.
They gave him the first down. As the clock will run, as Goff takes the snap and hands it off to Surface to get to the outside. Good tackle there by Javante Pamplin. That'll take us to halftime. As the Bulldogs trail the Raiders 7-0 here at Shenandoah. Let's talk a little bit about the first half there. It looks like this Bulldogs offense, maybe not really flat, but, just couldn't really get any rhythm going. What do you expect, second half changes for them going to have to be?
Well, I think they're going to have to open up the passing game more. Shenandoah has done a nice job stopping the run for the most part. And, you saw there towards the end of the half the nice pass play that was ruled out of bounds that would have been a Centerville touchdown. I think that's there in the second half, and I think the Bulldogs really need to look at exploiting that and exploiting the Raiders secondary to get things going.
We're going to take a quick timeout here at Shenandoah as we are at halftime. Again, the Raiders lead the Bulldogs 7-0.
We want to thank our sponsor, Kelly's Boutiques. It is high school football season. That means fall's right around the corner. So grab your pumpkin spice latte and head to Kelly's Boutiques in historic downtown Richmond. There you'll find a wide range of fun, flirty, and unique styles, from modern feminine to everyday whimsical and on-the-go classy. Again, that's in historic Richmond, 724 East Main Street, or visit her online, kellysboutiques.com.
Going to tune in here and listen to the Raiders band as they perform a halftime show here.
It's flat. One of my favorites coming up. Wow!
Tonight's game is brought to you by Suds Fundraising. Suds offers creative fundraising solutions for non- and not-for-profit groups as well as youth sports programs. Their laundry detergents and household cleaners provide a superior clean comparable to store brand products at a much lower cost. With portions of every sale going back to your organization or program, you'll find fundraising to be simple, fun, and profitable. How much can your team raise? Use our calculator at sudsfundraising.com. That's SUDZ sudsfundraising.com. Suds Fundraising, our clean, your cause. We also want to thank our sponsor, Route 40 Wellness. Hand sanitizer is now a staple essential for everything from a quick trip out to business meetings to Friday night football games. That's why we carry a variety of different sizes and applications of sanitizer. Check out our line of all-natural sanitizer products at our online store at route40wellness.com. And remember, every item in our range of all-natural products for health and home are blended with naturally grown essential oils. Experience the difference today. Visit online www.route40wellness.com.
Back here at Shenendoah, Bulldogs trail the Raiders 7-0. Tom, this Bulldogs offense again, a little bit of a slow start, but let's really talk about both teams' defense. They've both shown up, and from a defensive standpoint, other than the Raiders' one score, it's been a battle on the defensive line.
Yeah, I think that it has been a defensive battle, and we kind of talked before the game. We thought we might see a lot more scoring than we've seen. The defenses have played well. Centerville, I think started to get something going there, had the touchdown that was called out of bounds, and also had the fumble recovery that would have been a touchdown had they not had the block in the back. So, I think the second half is going to be really exciting to see who can come out on top. And to your point earlier, Josh, Shenendoah a little bit down in numbers tonight, a little thinner in players, and it'll be interesting to see if that plays a factor as we get later into this game.
With it only being a one-score game, only really having 20 players, available for tonight's matchup, it makes the road a lot tougher, especially come the fourth quarter. If it stays a one-possession game, or if, Centerville comes out and ties it here in the second half, you got to have the depth, and, obviously Centerville has that number in the favors here tonight at least. But, going forward, this is a sectional opponent here for the Bulldogs, and, it's a possible big matchup, within the sectional. And, there's a lot of teams within the sectional as well that are watching this game like, okay, we know what Centerville's about, we know what Shenendoah is about, and, if they go back and watch this stream later, they're going to see two very good defensive football teams.
Yeah, and they're going to see a lot of they're going to see a lot of speed, and so I think that's going to be really exciting once we get to sectional.
Yeah, and as for the Bulldogs, offensively, you got to start really clicking. You want to start seeing your passing plays, really start to come together. I know they had the conversion there that was called out of bounds, but you want to see it open up a little bit more so you can open up your run game, as that's been a problem, for the Bulldogs, as they haven't been able to get anything going with the run game.
Yeah, Shenendoah has done a really nice job of really focusing on the run game, and they have the speed and the size up front to do that, and I think it's going to be really important in the second half for Centerville to really open up the passing game and try to exploit the secondary. Now, Shenendoah does have speed in the secondary too, so they've had several times where Dickinson's been back to pass, and nice coverage downfield has led to a sack So, Centerville receivers are going to have to get open and try to get the ball down the field through the air.
Now let's talk a little about the TEC. I know we're getting some scores here and there coming in from this, but Winchester's up over Northeastern right now, 42-0, and last 2 weeks, Winchester got it put to them, but we knew they were a good football team. They just played some really good competition. That's who Centerville plays next week, and they're making pretty quick work of Northeastern, and they have to be pretty settled in now for Centerville next week.
Yeah, and that game's at Centerville, and I think that will be a good game. And there are a few teams in the TEC that I think are really strong, and it's going to be an exciting season in the TEC.
Now I know we bounced ship here. Union City and Hagerstown are tied 21-21, and we saw Hagerstown play last week. Haven't gotten to see Union City play yet, but Union City's always a scrappy team, and Hagerstown really couldn't get anything going offensively, but it looks like they're starting to get things going there at Union City. And Snodgrass, a very good football coach, and I'm sure he really got them boys, prepped up and ready to go for this week. Bulldogs, Union City's a team the Bulldogs have struggled with, and from a Union City perspective, competing now with Hagerstown, they might be, licking their lips for the game against Centerville going forward.
It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I know Union City had a tough game week 1 at Tri, and Tri, had a nice convincing win there, and then followed it up last week with a big win on the road at Northeastern. So, again, like I said, I think the TEC, there's some teams that are going to make some noise, and one of those teams, we talked about Winchester. I think Tri's another one. And I think, obviously, Union County, can make some noise as well. So, it's going to be really exciting to watch, the rest of the season and see how everything unfolds.
I know you mentioned Union County. They were kind of eyeballing that score there with Knightstown. Knightstown leads 7-0, and I know Union County may have gotten the week off last week due to, circumstances that are out of control, but how do you think that plays a role in their game this week and trying to stay focused with that off week?
Well, I think if they had any injuries or anything, I think, they had an extra week to kind of rest and get ready. So, I'm sure that they had, good weeks of practice and we're ready to go.
I know for Lincoln, unfortunately, out right now, but obviously those boys are probably still putting in the work on their own time. And, if you're a Lincoln football player right now, what are you trying to do to stay focused, going forward?
Well, I just, in this season, I think it just shows you how, each and every week you're just fortunate to be able to be out on the football field. And, unfortunately for Lincoln, they're not right now. And, I feel bad for their seniors, and missing games. And hopefully, I think this time off, Lincoln gets back on the field. They're going to be ready to go. They're going to be ready to be out on that football field and really ready to compete. So I'm sure they're looking forward to that, and I know we are. We're looking forward to getting them back out on the field soon.
It's another team there that can make some noise in this conference. It just seems that, week 1, tough opponent in Centerville always, Centerville always plays Lincoln very well, and Centerville always seems to come out firing week 1, no matter who they're playing. Lincoln's one of those teams that just, scrappy, gets better down the road. Same could be said with the whole TEC. It doesn't matter who you play each and every week. It's a tough opponent, and that's why I think the TEC is one of the best conferences on this side of the state, because, it's open game each and every week.
There are a lot of rivalries, and, they're big. Teams get up for each other. I can remember last year, Centerville knocked off Northeastern, a very good Northeastern team. And, it's anybody can beat anybody on any given night. And that's what makes it so exciting, in football in the conference.
As we're just about 2 minutes away from getting the second half started here, Shenendoah obviously receiving. What do you think they try to do here in their first set of plays in the second half?
Well, I think that they've been fairly successful with their running game, and again, they've had a couple of nice pass plays that have been opened up by the running game. So I think they start out with the running game and try to hit something downfield. here and there to try to move the ball down the field on the Bulldogs defense. For Centerville, I think they've got to come out like we've talked many times, fast, aggressive, be able to stop the run and the secondary to be ready for the pass.
I mean, we saw Goff, and he really took over and took control there. And, the first half really on his feet and with his arm, it played a role in this Bulldogs defense. They've gotten him, stopped a couple times, but it just seemed there every time it was a 3rd and long, 4th and long, they converted somehow. And, Coach Padgett has to be sitting there just shaking his head of when are we going to catch this break, of when are we going to get the stop on the 4th or 3rd and long, and they've gotten the stops when they've been 4th and 3rd and short, but, it's just the big plays that cost the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, with the exception of the one touchdown there, I think Centerville's done a pretty good job. Yes, they've had a couple of 3rd and 4th down big plays, but I go back to the 1st and goal from the 4, and Centerville was able to keep them out of the end zone. So the defense has played well, and on both sides, and the offenses this half really going to have to make some adjustments to try to open it up. Not just Centerville, I think Shenendoah as well.
This Bulldogs team here, they're kicking off here. They're going to have to get a stop here on this first set and spark some momentum going into third because they really don't want to go down 2 scores.
No, this is a big possession for the Bulldog defense. They need to come out and look for a stop. If they can, we had some turnovers in the first half. If they can somehow force a turnover, I think that would be big and possibly shift some momentum in their favor.
As the Bulldogs take the field here, and Herbs is set to kick us off here in the third quarter. It's the first time we've seen Herbs on the field today for the Bulldogs. As we've came used to seeing him on the field quite a bit the last couple weeks. Shout out to him as he scored a goal yesterday for the Bulldogs in their tough loss to Rushville. As Hughes and Bennett are back to receive here for the Raiders. And we're off, and a low lining kick, and it's going to bounce and take a Bulldog bounce to about the 1 yard line as Hughes hits a hole. And good thing Bulldogs were able to wrap him up as he had some room to run if he got past that line of Bulldogs defense.
Great kick for the Bulldogs and a nice return. Fielding that from the 1, obviously an opportunity for the Bulldogs to really pin the Raiders deep, and they were able to get it out to about the 25-yard line.
Turn something into nothing, or nothing into something there.
Right.
As Goff out in shotgun here to start the third quarter for this Raiders offense. As they hand it off there to Hummel as he's wrapped up for a loss.
Big stop by the Bulldogs defense. That's a great start to the second half for them.
I really look for Luke Smith to get involved more here on defense. He had a big game last week and have him at linebacker right now, but I expect him to put some pressure off the edge here. As Goff looks to pass, and there's Hughes on the sit-down route. He's going to pick up about 8 yards there. Yeah, that's something the Shenandoah team's really good at, is just the sit-down routes there for the receivers and chipping away. And, that comes at a great time. They're making this a 3rd and 2 instead of a 3rd and long. Goff takes the snap and hands it off to the outside. Here is Farmer as he tries to make a man miss, and going to be close to a first down. Might be short.
Well, almost on cue there, Josh. You mentioned looking for Luke Smith to get more involved, and he made the play there. Looks like
It's going to be a fourth
down. Yeah.
Looks like he didn't get any gain there. Going to get a measurement here for the Raiders. If the Bulldogs get here to a fourth down, this could be a big play. Turn the tides here, and I don't expect the Raiders to go for it, but they went for it every single time. But I don't think you want to give the Bulldogs the ball in your own territory.
I don't either, but if it's a fourth and short, it would not surprise me to see the Raiders go for it.
Short by maybe a foot. So it's going to bring up a fourth down here for the Raiders, and we'll see what they do here. I expect a hard count and probably a run up the middle here by the Raiders.
I would be keying on golf up the middle.
As it'll be fourth down here for the Raiders as the chain gang runs off the field. As another rare time here with the Raiders under center. As the Bulldogs look to be sending a lot of pressure here as they expect a quarterback sneak. They're going to get a jet sweep to the outside, and he's hit immediately there. And I believe that's Bryce Robertson there on the stop.
And that's exactly what we were talking about as we started the third quarter, was the Bulldogs needed a big defensive stand to start this half to get some momentum shifted in their favor, and they got it. So now to see what the offense can do with their first possession of the second half.
You know, like I said, Bulldogs seem to get the stops on the third and fourth and shorts. It's just the third and fourth and longs where it just bites them. As a pitch here to Javonte Pamplin, and he has room to run as he's going to get tackled down around the 3-yard line.
And just making sure there are no penalties on the field there, so there aren't. We've had a couple of those tonight where penalties have brought it back. So really nice play there by the Bulldogs offense.
Yeah, it's a big play. First possession here in the third quarter and in the second half. As you're going to run with Frazier here to the outside, and he looks to cut back in, and he's going to be met by a couple of Raiders with a gain of maybe one. You know, it looked like maybe if Frazier stayed to the outside there, he might have been able to get in.
I thought he might cut back, but again, Shenendoah very quick on defense and made a nice play there.
Snap here as the Bulldogs handed up the middle there to Pamplin. It looks like the Raiders come up with another stop as it's going to be a third and maybe a yard.
I thought he got in, but obviously the officials are closer than I am, so they said he was stopped just short of the goal line.
Third and short here on this play here, and the Bulldogs are going to get a offsides here and going to move them maybe a couple more inches closer to the goal line.
I was going to say half the distance to the goal, and they might be a foot away from the goal line as it is. So not much, but move it a little forward.
Hey, let's go, Noah!
Here we are again
Let's go, baby!
with a third and even closer as back in the pistol here. I expect maybe a QB run here by Dickinson. A bad snap, he falls on it. Bulldogs are going to lose yards, and that's something they couldn't afford there.
And this is, unfortunately for the Bulldogs, this has happened more than once tonight. And, it really hurts them there, that close to a touchdown and get pushed back. It looks like to the 5-yard line. So
as the offense comes off the field, and looks like Herbs is coming on for a field goal try for the Bulldogs. About a 17, 18-yard field goal here for the Raiders. High snap, and kick is up. Timeout here by the Bulldogs as he wants to talk it over.
I think they were short a player, and somebody came running on the field late, and I think that forced him to take the timeout.
You know, the Bulldogs, they really need to get on the board here, and looks like Herbs is going to stay out there for a kick. And yeah, this is something the Bulldogs have utilized as special teams, and Herbs a very good field goal kicker. Bulldogs really need the 3 points here with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, you've got to come away with points. Obviously, it's extremely disappointing being on the 1 foot line and not getting a touchdown, but you've got to at least get the 3 here.
Abzers is on for the field goal attempt. Robertson to hold. Good snap. Kick is up. And good. As the Bulldogs find themselves finally on the scoreboard here today with 8:02 left in the third quarter, the Raiders lead the Bulldogs 7-3. See if the Bulldogs defense here can come up with another stand because they really need it. Really would have loved a touchdown there, but, you know, 3 points, 3 points. Padgett's got to take it either way he can get it.
Yeah, that was big. And again, you know, obviously on the inside the 1 and not getting the touchdown is disappointing, but at least coming away with points, you're still in the game. Coach Padgett has showed his, confidence in the defense all night. And they're going to have another time to come up with a big stop and get the ball back to the offense.
Herbs will be on the kick here, and Raider Nation starts to come alive here in front of us. Bennett and Hughes back deep to return. Another short kick there by Herbs. It's going to take a bounce, and Bennett picks it up to run, and he has a lot of room to run before he's brought down from behind. There by Ballinger, and just one tackle away from possibly a kick return for a touchdown.
Ballinger saved a touchdown there. That was a great tackle. He doesn't make that tackle, it goes for 6.
You know, that's something the Bulldogs have struggled with in years past. The special teams have given up a lot of big plays, and it's cost them. Here tonight, you know, Ballinger, Pamplin, and a few others are really helping them out. Raiders back on offense here as they'll take over on their own 44-yard line. Goff takes a snap and looking to run to the far side by himself. Makes a man miss before he's tackled there by Robertson.
Another nice play there by Robertson. Made the big 4th down tackle earlier and a good open field tackle there.
You know, it's good to see him healthy and on the field as well. I know he was a little banged up last year as well. As it's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 here for the Raiders with 7:20 left to go here in the third. Handoff here to Hughes, and he's going to be met by Luke Smith and Frazier.
Yeah, it looked like Frazier hit him low, and Smith came in and finished him off high. So nice job, again, by the Bulldogs defense there.
As we have a 3rd and 5 here for the Raiders. As Goff takes a snap and fakes it and looks to throw. Ball's tipped, and Almost intercepted there by Colin Clark as it looked like he was about to get to that one.
Well, Josh, it looks like maybe for the first time tonight we might see the Raiders punt. They've been going for it on fourth downs all night, and they are going to punt here. So another stop by the Bulldogs defense.
You know, I'm not really familiar with Shenandoah special teams, but I see Surface back there, and you know he's made some big plays tonight here for the Raiders already. Bulldogs need to watch for this. Good punt there as Pamphlet's going to let it go over his head, and it's going to take a bounce and going to be downed at the inch line. And that couldn't have taken another centimeter roll there for the Bulldogs. As maybe another questionable call there as it looked like it was on the line.
I wasn't going to say it, Josh. I know I'm further away from than the officials, but it looked like that ball was past the goal line.
You know, as the Bulldogs are going to have this on their own 1 inch line, you know, already down 4, 6:33 here left in the third quarter. I mean, you got to expect the Bulldogs to do something here in a hurry to get out of their own end zone. And a bad snap, something they couldn't do, and the Raiders are going to get a safety. And that's unfortunately what the Bulldogs really couldn't take. As the Raiders are now lead 9-3 over the Bulldogs.
You know, Josh, I don't know what's going on tonight with the snaps from Centerville. This is we've had multiple bad snaps tonight that have really hurt the offense. So you know, on your 1 foot line and a bad snap. Fortunate that Shenandoah didn't recover it for a touchdown and just for, you know, to give away the safety there.
Now with 6:28 to go, Raiders lead 9-3. Still a 1 possession game here, so I mean it hurts for the Bulldogs, but still doesn't put this one out of reach by any means with 1 possession. However, the Raiders will be on special teams here, and they've already shown a few times tonight they're just a tackle away or 1 missed tackle away from breaking a touchdown run.
Well, and the Raiders are going to get, you know, really good field position here because, you know, the Bulldogs after the safety are going to have to punt from their own 20. So, you know, it's not a kickoff from the 40. So, hope, you know, see what Luke Smith can do here and to get a good punt off and good coverage downfield.
You know, a plus here for Smith is he's not going to have anybody rush in his face, so he can really set in and get all of his power into it, which he does, and that's a good one.
That's a really good punt.
It's going to get to about the 35, and Bennett has some room to run as he goes up the middle, breaks a tackle, and going to be pushed out of bounds there by Luke Smith. And as we've said all night, this special teams has been really good here for the Raiders.
Missed tackles, too, from the Bulldogs. At least 2 missed tackles there on that return.
This Bulldogs defense is going to have to be big as ever here because they cannot afford to give up a touchdown here to the Raiders. Down by 6. 6:16 left to go in the third. And going down by 2 scores with just over 1.5 quarters left to play could be a problem.
Still plenty of time, but you know, based on how the Bulldogs offense has moved the ball tonight, it could be a challenge.
As he takes the snap and hands it off there. To number 18. Not on the roster here for the Raiders. Bringing up a 2nd and 4 here for the Raiders, just inside the Bulldogs' 20-yard line. Run here by Surface as he's going to get upended and tackled there.
Penalty flag at the end of the play.
Raiders look to kind of be walking back, so I might expect it to be maybe a hold on themselves. Penalty on the Raiders, going to march them back. Bringing up a 2nd and 8 here.
I heard you say my name out there. Who said Jerry?
2nd and 8 here for the Raiders, and Bulldogs may have caught a break there as Raiders looked as if they picked up another first down. Shotgun here again for Shenendoah as Goff takes the snap and hands it off here to the near side to Hughes. As almost got around a block as Jamari Pamplin pushes him out of bounds. Another big play there by Pamplin, knocking him out of bounds. But the Raiders will pick up the first down on the run. Ball on the 13. Raiders lead the Bulldogs 9-3 as the clock winds down here in the third quarter.
There may be a delay of game here, and there will be, unless there's a timeout. Timeout Shenendoah.
Timeout Shenendoah. Kind of close call there as the Raiders just able to get that timeout in. Little confusion there on the first down play. 4:48 left to go here in the third quarter. Raiders lead 9-3. We're going to take a quick timeout. This is My Team Live with Centerville Bulldogs versus Shenendoah football.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Suds Fundraising. Suds offers creative fundraising solutions for non- and not-for-profit groups as well as youth sports programs. Their laundry detergents and household cleaners provide a superior clean comparable to store-brand products at a much lower cost. With portions of every sale going back to your organization or program, you'll find fundraising to be simple, fun, and profitable. How much can your team raise? Use our calculator at sudsfundraising.com. That's SUDZ as in Z fundraising.com. Suds Fundraising, our clean, your cause.
Back here at Shenendoah, Bulldogs trail 9-3, 4:48 to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 here on the 13-yard line as the Raiders are threatening on offense. As Goff hands it off the surface here, and there's Luke Smith. Collection of Bulldogs, they're able to bring down Surface, and Surface has been a problem for the Bulldogs all night along with Goff.
Looked like Ballinger there to help Smith on that tackle.
Second and 12 here for the Raiders as he lost a couple there. Ball on the Bulldogs' 15-yard line as Goff takes the snap and keeps it himself and finds a hole up the middle and in for a touchdown, and missed tackles there by the Bulldogs, and Goff able to squeeze his way through and give the Raiders a 15-3 advantage over the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have really struggled to stop that play all night. Goff up the middle has been a successful play pretty much all night.
as Reddick will be on here for the extra point. High snap. Kick is up. And no good, as the Bulldogs only trail by 12, 15-3 with 4:01 here left in the third quarter. Plenty of time here for the Bulldogs, but this offense is really going to have to get moving. Dickinson, and Pamplin are really going to have to up their game if they want to get the Bulldogs back in this one. They really need a score here on this drive.
Yeah, and this is where we talked last time. I mean, it was, you had to come away with points, but that, you go back to the ball on the 1 foot line and not punching it in, that makes it's a different ball game if you punch that in. It's, at 15-7 or assuming the extra point's good. And I think the Bulldogs are going to have to open up the passing game here and start moving the ball down the field.
They really need to keep their heads high. It's still, it's a 2-possession game, but, we still have a lot of time left in this one, and we've seen crazy things happen in high school football. As Reddick will kick off with Javante Pamplin and Slaughterback to return, and one has to think here if Pamplin sees a ball near him, he's going to pick it up and go this time.
Well, you look at that play and that ball being down at the 1 foot line and how that snowballed from there. Safety and then great field possession for the Raiders, and which led to a touchdown. So that was, really 8 points, from that kick and being down at the 1.
Raiders defense here. Let's see if they can stop the Bulldogs, as it's a short kick and going to be picked up by Javante Pamplin. Short hole there up the middle before he's wrapped up. May have been tripped up by his own teammate there. Not bad field position to start here for the Bulldogs, as it's around their 38-yard line.
Well, definitely better than the last time on the 1 foot line. So room to work this time. And, I think you just have to be keep things calm and patient and try to get the offense going here.
Another wobbly snap there, and we have a fumble, and looks like it's going to be recovered there by the Raiders. And another play there by the Raiders defense. A bad pitch there from Dickinson to Pamplin, and Pamplin couldn't come up with it. And that's been the thorn in the side here for the Bulldogs all night, as they cough the football up, and that's something they did not do in their first 2 games.
Yeah, I think the pitch was fine. I think possibly looking upfield before catching the ball, and that hurts. That's a big play, and now the defense is back on the field, and the Raiders are in Centerville territory again to start.
If you're the Raiders right now, you really have to like the position you're in, with the ball towards the end of the third quarter. Might be able to go up 3 scores going into the fourth. That's a good stop there by Crow. Bulldogs defense really could use a turnover right here. Put their offense back off the field and get themselves off the field. They get some rest, as they've been out there a lot here in the third quarter. As Goff drops back to pass and hits Hughes there on a screen. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe gain a yard past it. Going to bring up a third down here for the Raiders.
Well, and as we've seen all night, this will be 2 down territory here. Centerville has to be thinking, 2 stops.
Raiders offense here, moving slow, looking to let that clock run, use it to their advantage, now being up 2 scores. 3rd and 9 here, and they've really liked that pass play across the middle. I kind of expect them to maybe go with it as they hand it off here to Surface, and he's going to get to the outside and make it a 4th and short here for the Raiders, and see what the Raiders elect to do here, but I'm sure they will go for it.
Robertson, another tackle there, but again, Surface was stopped just past the line of scrimmage, and Bulldogs unable to bring him down.
4th and 2 here for the Raiders, and this is a big play here for the Bulldogs defense. It looks like the Raiders may try to let the game clock go down as long as they can, and might even try to take a timeout maybe here as the play clock runs down. And that's what they will do, is they try to get the Bulldogs to jump off sides, and McCaslin's going to talk it over here. We're going to take a quick timeout here at Shenendoah as the Raiders lead the Bulldogs 15-3.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Route 40 Wellness. Hand sanitizer is now a staple essential for everything from a quick trip out to business meetings to Friday night football games. That's why we carry a variety of different sizes and applications. Check out our line of all-natural hand sanitizer products at our online store at route40wellness.com. Remember, every item in our range of all-natural products for health and home are blended with naturally grown essential oils. Experience the difference today. Visit us at route40wellness.com. That's route40wellness.com.
You know, the Bulldogs here, 4th and 2, and if the Raiders go for it, which more than likely they will, they've done it a lot here tonight, they have to get a stop here with 1:47 left to go here in the third, and you want to put your offense back out there after essentially basically 2 turnovers there in the last 2 plays that they've had on offense. You got to get some rhythm going into the 4th. As the Raiders are back in shotgun, they go with the golf keep as he gets to the outside, and he's going to pick up the first down. And a first down here for the Raiders as they inch closer and closer to the end zone. First and 10 here, ball on the 28-yard line. As Goff got out of bounds there, that did stop the clock, so that's a plus for the Bulldogs. As they hand it off here as Surface comes around, and he has some room to run as Pamplin couldn't get off his block, but it's going to come back there as there was a hold there on Bennett.
Nice open field tackle there by Frazier.
I think we could see that one from up here.
Yeah.
Bennett holding Pamplin there on the edge, and almost looked like he didn't need to. As it's going to back the Raiders up 10 yards. Holding here on the Raiders. Which, although that's not a 4th down or 3rd down stop for this Bulldogs defense, it surely gives them some more breathing room with their end zone a little bit further back now as the ball's on the 39-yard line. So 1st and 20 here with 1:34 in the 3rd quarter. Raiders here might try to take another snap or two and find themselves with the lead going into the 4th quarter. Not a whole lot of time for Goff as he's going to be wrapped up and may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage there.
Looks like he lost one, and that time Centerville actually stopped, the Goff up the middle run.
See, with the 2nd and 22 here for the Raiders, as they will have to run another play here in the third quarter. And the Bulldogs can possibly put themselves in good position here. As you know, the Raiders were threatening, now backed up to about the 40-yard line. Take the snap here as Goff drops back the pass, and there's Bennett across the middle, and it's going to be caught. And he's going to get himself down inside, right around the 5-yard line. And like we've been saying, it's big play after big play on second, third, fourth, and long, and it's paid off for this Raiders offense.
It's the exact same play they ran earlier for their first touchdown of the game. And same thing, wide open across the middle.
As the Raiders look like they'll just take this one straight into the fourth quarter, having a first and goal on the 6-yard line with a 15-3 lead. This is not the position the Bulldogs wanted to be in going into the fourth quarter. They're going to have to come up big here, and they came up big there in, the first half with a first and goal for opportunity there for the Raiders. They're going to have to do it again and get a stop and either force a 4 and out or just a Raiders field goal. We're going to take a quick timeout here at Shenendoah. Again, the Raiders lead the Bulldogs 15-3.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Kelly's Boutiques. It's a new high school football season, week 3. It also means that fall is in the air, so grab your pumpkin spice latte, whatever you have that's pumpkin spice flavored, and head to Kelly's Boutiques in historic downtown Richmond. There you'll find a wide range of fun, flirty, and unique styles, from modern feminine to everyday whimsical and on-the-go classy. Visit Kelly at Kelly's Boutiques, 724 East Main Street, Richmond, or online, kellysboutiques.com.
Back here at Shenendoah, as Raiders are threatening here on the 6-yard line of the Bulldogs. Bulldogs are going to have to get a stop here if they want to keep this a 2-possession game. As Goff takes a snap and looks to find a hole up the middle himself, and looks like he got himself down to the 1-yard line. And another one of those plays where from our end it looked like he got in. .11:30 here in the fourth quarter, and Bulldogs need this stop more than ever. The QB sneak here from Goff, and he's in. As the Raiders get themselves on the board again, as they lead the Bulldogs 21-3 with 11:22 left in the fourth quarter, and the Bulldogs could not afford that score there.
Well, all set up by the big passing play on 2nd and 22, and that same play has come up big for the Raiders twice tonight.
As Reddick will be on for the PAT here for the Raiders, and this kick is up, and that one is through there for the Raiders as they lead the Bulldogs 22-3. And one has to start to wonder what the Bulldogs' offense will look like here in the fourth quarter, being down 3 scores.
Well, I think the first thing is they have to take care of the ball. I mean, we've seen a lot of mishandled snaps and bad snaps and mishandled pitch plays, and so I think the first thing for the Bulldogs is they have to take care of the ball to even have a chance to move the ball down the field.
If we take away some of the turnovers and we take away, maybe some of the unfortunate, calls there with the down punt at the 1-inch line, then the safety, and then, the Bulldogs may have possibly having 2 scores taken from them, and This has been a really close ball game, and the scoreboard doesn't show it.
Yeah, I think the unfortunate thing, though, is just too many mistakes at this point of the game. When you come play a team the caliber of Shenendoah, I mean, they are they've been getting votes in both the AP and the coaches poll in 2A, and when you come to their field, you can't make the types of mistakes that have been made tonight by the Bulldogs, and it's something that they're going to have to look to clean up, not only tonight but going forward.
As Reddick will be on the kick, and Slaughterback and Pamplin are back to return for the Bulldogs, and it looks like the Bulldogs made a switch with Jamari in for Javante back deep. As Slaughterback receives the kickoff, and he hits a hole hard and explodes, and we'll take this one to about the 45-yard line. Looked like there for a second, Slaughterback was going to hit that hole a little bit harder and really made that a big kick return for the Bulldogs.
I like the aggressiveness, though, on that return. Full speed ahead, hit the hole hard. That's what they need.
As Dickinson here takes a snap out of shotgun and a pitch out there to Jamari Pamplin. He's going to be wrapped up after maybe a gain of 1 or 2. At what point of this game does it become a pass-heavy offense here for the Bulldogs?
You were reading my mind. I was just getting ready to say, at some point, they're going to have to open this up. The 1 and 2 yard runs are not going to be helpful.
And he has Slaughterback here on a reception, and incomplete, and looked at the end zone before he pulled the ball all the way in, and that was a play the Bulldogs really needed.
That was a touchdown, and nobody within 3 yards. And you're right. He looked at the end zone and dropped the ball.
Unfortunately, that'll bring up a 3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs. And Slaughterback has been a key point of this offense. Week 1 had the big week, and last week the passing game was there, just couldn't really get a pass completed. Here tonight, Keegan's made some catches, and he really needed that one. As Jamari Pamplin. Javante Pamplin makes a big run for the Bulldogs, and that's his second one tonight. He had one, there on that first drive or the second drive there for the Bulldogs in the third quarter. Put him down inside the 5. As they roll out the passes, Dickinson doesn't have anywhere to go and tries to make a man miss. May have gone back to the line of scrimmage as Dickinson again had nowhere to go. Bulldogs looking to open up the passing game here with 10-15 to go, and they really have to, as they had it there with, Keegan wide open for a touchdown. See if they try to attack it again as Dickinson rolls to his right. Looking for Snyder, and over the head of Snyder and incomplete. Bringing up a 3rd and 10 here for the Bulldogs. This is definitely 4-down territory for the Bulldogs at this point of the ball game. Pistol set here for the Bulldogs as Dickinson takes the snap. Screen pass there to Slaughterback is right at the first down marker. And, that's one thing this Bulldogs offense can really take away, from tonight, win or lose. Slaughterback has made some plays and made some guys miss, and really shows great footwork there after, with a run after.
Yeah, Slaughterback has great speed, great ability to cut, and made a nice play there.
The Bulldogs handed up off the middle there to Pamplin. They really could have used this in the first half, pass, run, and catch this Raiders defense off guard. And now as they're starting a little move in the no huddle, which they did a lot, in the first 2 games. It's starting to play a role in this Raiders defense. Dickinson takes the snap and drops back to throw. A little bubble route here to Slaughterback as he makes a spin move and almost made another miss as he's going to pick up a couple yards. And the first down for the Bulldogs. 9-11 here in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs still trail 22-3, and hurry-up offense continues here. As they hand up to Jamari Pamplin up the middle. So he's going to bring it down inside the 5-yard line. Unfortunately for the Bulldogs, the clock just keeps ticking. As another handoff there to Jamari Pamplin. No call here, and a late call there for a touchdown by the officials. And Jamari Pamplin finds himself into the end zone, and that's going to be his 7th rushing touchdown this year for him. As the Bulldogs now trail the Raiders 22-9 with 8:33 left in the fourth as Herbs comes on for the PAT. And as the PAT for Herbs is up and good. Bulldogs trail the Raiders 22-10 with 8:33 left in the fourth. It's going to take a lot from this Bulldogs defense here to get a couple stops, and this Bulldogs offense is going to have to, move the ball just like they did there.
I'll go back to something you said, Josh. I mean, they could have used that in the first half for sure, and really nice change of pace there from run to pass, and it was very successful. And I think another key there was holding on to the ball, as we mentioned before. But just wondering if it's, obviously at 8:33, anything can happen, 2-score game. But, it's hopefully for the Bulldogs, it's not too little too late. We'll have to see how this defense responds and see if they can get a big stop and get the offense back out on the field.
Now we got a score update from Knightstown as Wicker scores a touchdown for the Patriots as the Panthers lead the Patriots 7-6. That's a good TEC matchup right there that, can play a big role either way going forward in the conference.
Yeah, that's a very low-scoring game there, and I know Knightstown got a win against Hagerstown and week 1, and looking to knock off Union County, who had a big win at Northeastern week 1.
And Union City now leads Hagerstown 28-21. As Herbs here with an onside kick, and good hands team there by Shenendoah, as that looked to be a pretty good onside kick. Bulldogs may have just been a yard short there from a hit on him and possibly recovering an onside kick. Had the hang time.
Yeah, I thought it was a good kick. We'll see now what the Bulldogs defense can do with this Raiders offense.
The Red Devils lead Arsenal Tech 7-6. That's a long road trip there for the Red Devils, all the way to Indianapolis Arsenal Tech, and hopefully they're able to pull out a win there and enjoy that long trip back home. Goff hands it off here to Surface, and Bulldogs defense with a stop, and
Noah Westover there on the stop, and that was a big play for the Bulldogs defense.
Bulldogs defense, and as a team as a whole, showing a lot more emotion here in the fourth quarter. They're really going to have to dig deep, and plays like that are what's going to help them. Another local action. The National Trail Blazers won their game 41-7. As we're going to get a penalty here.
Looked like a false start on the Raiders, yeah.
And that's going to stop the clock and back the Raiders up 5 more yards. Final score from Winchester. The Golden Falcons 55, Northeastern 6. As Northeastern falls to 0-3, and they'll take on Monroe Central next week, and Winchester moves to 1-2, as they'll take this Centerville team on next Friday night. And the Bulldogs again.
There may have been a fumble.
A fumble. What's the call here? A third down here. Looked like there's a fumble. I hear some yelling there on the Bulldogs sideline. Not liking the call. And, this team's showing a lot of energy here now.
It's pretty vocal on the Centerville sidelines right now. I think they felt like that ball was out and tough to see from our angle. But, that could have been a big play for the Bulldogs defense. But here's another 3rd and long, and the Bulldogs have struggled on those tonight.
Goff drops back to pass and looks to have Bennett across the middle and may have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 4th and 10, 4th and 11. And Bulldogs look like they're going to force a punt here from the Raiders, and that's what they needed. Yeah, the Bulldogs can score quickly here on this possession. I mean, this becomes a big game here in the final, 3 minutes of this one. As the punt is almost blocked, going to take a friendly bounce as Javante Pamplin fields it. And he has a lot of room there to the outside. Is going to be hit and knocked out of bounds quickly as the Raiders able to swarm after him. And Elijah Woostfeld here for the Raiders, limping off. Hopefully he's okay and can get back out there for the Shenendoah. Bulldogs offense now will take over on their own 39-yard line, and they can put a quick drive here together. 5-6 point game. Becomes interesting as Javante Pamplin throws and has a man and over Slaughterback's head, and Bulldogs want a flag, and I don't think that ball was catchable, but still a lot of contact.
A lot of contact there. Not going to get the call.
A fairly good throw there from Pamplin, made just over the head there of his target, but, I talked with Padgett yesterday. He said he was going to run that play, and sure enough, he did. And, if the Bulldogs can execute that and tie that into their offense, this becomes a 2-quarterback system fairly quickly. As Frazier's wrapped up there after a short gain, if any. You ever hear the Bulldogs here? Do you try to come back with maybe some more trickery like you did there?
I don't think so. I think you've got to go down the field with Dickinson.
Dickinson rolls out and just over the head of Pamplin as he had Pamplin wide open. Even had Frazier down the field a bit more without a man in sight.
Well, it's 4-down territory, I think, here. You're down 12, under 6 to go, and this is a big play of the game right here for the Bulldogs offense.
Looks as if there'll be a timeout here on the field. Going to be taken by the Bulldogs, as I believe that is their first here in the second half. And, I'm not sure if I take a timeout there being down, 12, but, maybe Padgett's wanting to draw something up here to pick up these 8 yards.
Yeah, I think he knows it's a big play in the game. And the game is, I'm not going to say it's necessarily riding on it, but it pretty much is. 5:47, down 2 scores. You need this first down. And I think he wanted to make sure that he has the right play called and everybody on the offense is on the same page.
If you're Shenendoah here, McCassin, you really have to be talking to your boys being, hey, we can't jump off sides here. They've got us a couple times already. We can't make this a 4th and short. We need to keep it a 4th and 8.
Yeah, I think that Centerville might try that, but, if they do, they'll try it once and then run the play. They can't afford to take another timeout or let the play clock run down. And so, they may try it, but it would be once, and if they don't get them to jump, then they're going to run the play.
As Raider Nation starts to come alive here and hoping their team can make a big play here on 4th and 8. As for the Bulldogs, they have 8 yards to go to keep this drive alive as Dickinson rolls out and has a man, and what a catch there. I believe that's Keegan Slaughterback again. A toe drag and all.
That was a great throw and a great catch by Schlotterbeck there. Great throw by Dickinson. That's a big play. That keeps the Bulldogs' hopes alive in this game.
The Bulldogs in a hurry-up mode here is a little bubble here to Slaughterback and runs into his own man and looked like he had some space to work with there if he didn't.
Yeah, he ran right into Pamplin, and that really slowed him down and gave the Raiders an opportunity for the tackle.
4-yard pickup there for the Bulldogs as Bulldogs come out throwing again, and another great catch there by Slaughterback. He's on his way to a 10-reception game easily.
And this is really what I thought we would see more of in the first half. I really did, and we're finally seeing it here in the fourth quarter.
As Dickinson hands the ball, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. He's going to get knocked out of bounds after maybe a gain of 1. Smart play there by Dickinson. I know didn't really pick up a whole lot, nothing down, open down the field, but doesn't take a sack. That could lead to a fumble and, a bunch of other things. So smart play there to get out of bounds, get the clock stopped.
Yeah, and I think that's the big piece of this is the clock is stopped. Saves a timeout. You can get a play in.
5:04 here as Dickinson drops back to throw as he looked for the bubble there, and he's hit as he's thrown and going to be incomplete. And fortunate enough for the Bulldogs, they saw his arm moving forward and didn't call that a fumble. Yeah, that's one thing. As an umpire, it's tough to make those calls quickly like that, especially in high school football where you don't have the benefit of going and looking at a review. Dickinson back again, no time there, and he breaks the tackle, and he's going to pick up some yards and going to make this a 4th and short. Is another big 4th down here for the Bulldogs.
He was stopped for a loss of about 5 and somehow got out of that and made positive yardage. And another timeout now by Centerville on this another big 4th down.
We're going to take a quick timeout here at Shenendoah. Bulldogs trail the Raiders 22-10, 4:39 left to go in this one. This is My Team Live with Centerville Bulldog football.
We want to thank our sponsor tonight, Spiritwear Custom Apparel and Uniforms. Come into Spiritwear's brand new retail store in downtown Centerville, and there you can find the new mascot line of School Spirit apparel in the Custom Zone. What's the Custom Zone, you ask? Well, you pick the shirt, the design, and they'll have it ready for you in just minutes. Show your team pride on your choice of standard tees, long sleeves, raglans, tanks, or hoodies. They also carry Route 40 health and wellness products along with candles and melts. Stop in today, downtown Centerville, 113 East Main Street, or visit Spiritwear online at spirit-wearinc.com. Spiritwear Custom Apparel and Uniforms. Ain't no team like our team.
As we return here at Shenandoah, 4th quarter, 4:39 left to play, 22-10 Raiders lead. We just want to give a thanks here to our cameraman, Brennan Keene. Did a great job all night, and also to our technical producer, Noah Medlin. As the Bulldogs here on a big 4th down, and Dickinson, a jump throw, and he has Javante Pamplin open, and it's a reception. I don't see any penalty markers. It looked very close there that he passed the line of scrimmage as he threw that.
Another big 4th down completion, and I thought he got in, but looks like they've marked him at the 1. So Bulldogs trying to make this game interesting late.
As Dickinson takes the snap and goes up the middle, and looks like we're going to get a whistle here before the play even happens. As all sides on the Raiders. Yeah, that's something I don't get here in a lot of high school football is they blow the whistle and don't let the play go on. Or, count the play as is, And now we have some confusion here with the refs as to what the call actually is, as the Bulldogs are looking for answers.
Well, they left it at offsides. It's now on the half-yard line.
As the Bulldogs, again, probably going to go with the quarterback sneak here with Dickinson. With his big body, he can push himself in there very well. And the Raiders thought he fumbled. Some pushing and shoving there between the two teams as we're waiting for an official call.
I'm really surprised that he didn't get in from the half-yard line there on that push.
It's going to bring us second down here for the Bulldogs on the 1 yard line, and they got to move pretty quickly here as they need to get in. A bad snap here. They're going to say he was down, and Bulldogs may have caught a break there.
Yeah.
Another bad snap there. And that's cost the Bulldogs a lot, and I can hear Padgett from over here not too happy with it.
Yeah, it's been multiple times tonight.
The Bulldogs again here. 3rd and 1, looking to punch it in as Dickinson with the keeper up the middle. It's going to be 4th down for the Bulldogs. Twice here tonight, the Bulldogs have struggled to punch it in just from 1 yard out.
Yeah, they settled for a field goal earlier and have had 3 shots to get it in from the half-yard line and have not been able to do it. And give the Raider defense credit, but really the Bulldogs should be able to punch that in.
That's 4th and 1, a jump pass here, and nice play there to Noah Westover from Dickinson to Westover. And, that's something we've seen the Bulldogs run a lot. That's a 2-point conversion play. Sorry, Padgett, I'm giving away your 2-point conversion plays there, but, I've seen that play run quite a bit over the last couple of years for the Bulldogs.
And, just under 3 minutes to go, and the Bulldogs have made this an interesting game now. And you go back to the ball on the 1 foot line earlier and only getting a field goal.
As the kick is up from Herbs. And good as the Bulldogs trail the Raiders 22-17 with 2:49 left to play. Big factor here for the Bulldogs, though, is they only have 1 timeout left in their back pocket.
That is true, but when you look at it, the two timeouts that Coach Padgett called there were on 4th down plays, and both were executed, and to keep the drive alive. And so you'd like to have those timeouts, but obviously they were important to keep the drive alive and keep the Bulldogs in the game.
Now, if you're the Raiders here, as a coach, you just have to be sitting here, boys, we got to hold on to the football. We cannot, turn the ball over here. As this Bulldogs offense, even though the Raiders, shut them down there 3 times from the 1 yard line, they have some momentum on their side right now.
Yeah, and I think you have your hands team. If you've got a hands team, you get your receivers and your backs up in the front here, because you saw the onside kick earlier, and it's coming this time.
If I'm the Bulldogs here, I look here to this near side here. I see Goff and 2 others here, and you maybe pinch it over here and Goff's side over his head a little bit. You got some room to work with.
Looks like
Slaughterback or
nope.
Herbs in the kick.
It is Slaughterback.
As it didn't take the hop the Bulldogs were hoping it would take. As Drake Stevens falls on that one, and if that would have taken one of the hops the Bulldogs were hopping, that's probably right off, the shoulder pads and into the Bulldogs' hands.
Well, once again, we'll see if the Bulldog defense can come up big.
Almost one first down conversion here for the Raiders will about take this ball game to the end. The Raiders just run up the middle as he's hit immediately for maybe a gain of 1 or 2, and it looks like the Raiders might just play it safe here and try to let this clock go down as far as they can.
Well, I think that's what you have to do here. Hold on to the ball. Don't fumble. That's huge, and just run the clock. Centerville only has one timeout, and just that one play will get us down to about 2 minutes before they have to snap the ball again.
As the Raiders come back out here in shotgun, I expect either Goff or hand it off here to Surface for a couple yards and just keep this clock moving. As we get a whistle here and a full start here on the Raiders, and that helps the Bulldogs out a little bit.
Yeah, pushes them back 5 yards, and we'll have a 2nd and 14.
2:03 left here in the fourth quarter, and another advantage as the play clock and game clock run.
Yeah, it actually hurt the Bulldogs because it's still 2nd down, and now we're under 2 minutes.
As Goff keeps it, and he's wrapped up immediately, and this will take us down underneath a minute as it'll be 3rd and long here for the Raiders, and I think the Bulldogs are going to elect to take their timeout after the 3rd down play.
Yeah.
Which is going to leave them probably about 30 to 40 seconds. So they're probably going to get the ball with about 20 to 25 seconds. And I guess hope for a miracle on some funky trick play I bet they have up their sleeve to run here in the final minutes. Or, go with what's been good is Keegan Slaughterback. Get him some room to run.
And that's what I thought they'd do there, is run the play clock down to 1 and call the timeout. So 52.6 seconds remain when the Raiders snap the ball for the 3rd down play. I think if the Bulldogs can get a quick stop and timeout, I think, you may have 45 seconds left and a punt. Maybe you break one. I think, obviously you'll have Keegan back there and probably Javante. Both have speed and the ability to break one. So we'll see what happens here. Again, the Bulldogs defense stepping up and doing their job to give the offense one last chance here.
If you're the Raiders here, I know you want to go smart. You want to hand the football off. But, the Bulldogs have the timeout, so an incompletion would be just about the same, but you don't really want to give the Bulldogs, a timeout to work with down the field. Be interesting to see what the Raiders elected to choose here, but I'm expecting a handoff up the middle or a QB run up the middle for a couple yards.
I'd run it. And there it is. There's the run.
Goff gets to the outside. The Bulldogs get the stop they need. It's going to bring up a 4th. Fourth and long, and I haven't seen a timeout from the Bulldogs side unless they don't have any timeouts left. I had stored at least one timeout left,
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
But as the clock continues to run, it's going to bring up a 4th down as they just get it back, and they're just going to run the Joe Flacco special here and slide down to end this game.
Pageant's over there talking to the official, and I don't know what that discussion's about, but like to no avail there.
Unfortunately for the Bulldogs, they're going to drop this one 22-17 to this Raiders team. As you know, this is a big game for the Bulldogs. You know, not necessarily anybody hurt from this loss, not a conference loss, but you know, this is one the Bulldogs really wanted. They wanted to come in here. I still think they played a pretty good game. Unfortunately, you know, they had the turnovers, which cost them, you know, maybe two scores that, you know, played a factor. But for the Bulldogs going forward, you have to be pretty positive that, you know, you showed some fight here in the end of this one, and you got to ride that momentum going into next week.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is unfortunate. I think there were, when they go back and look at film, they're going to see missed opportunities and a lot of them. And the positive to take away from that is this is a sectional opponent, and you came on their field and played them extremely tough. Had some mistakes that very well could have cost you the ball game, but you know you can compete. This team also, Shenendoah has beaten Cecina, which is another typical powerhouse in the sectional. And, you know, so you have to feel, I mean, obviously you're upset that you didn't win the ball game, but I think you have to look at it down the road as, you know, really positive for the sectional and knowing that you have the ability to compete with the teams that are in that sectional.
As for the Bulldogs, they will fall to 2-1 on the year. They'll be back in action, though, next Friday when they take on Winchester, who's coming in at 1-2. A big TEC matchup there. This has been Josh Fern, joined here with Tom Locke. Big thanks again to Noah Medlin, our technical producer, and to Brennan Keene up there working the cameras. We'll see you guys again on Tuesday at Richmond Volleyball as they host Union County. This is My Team Live. Thank you for watching.